Hello, welcome back. It is Sunday, September 3rd. So last night I went back and watched that second video that I made, the one where I'm talking about my process, and I was like, oh, that is not what I've been doing. And that's fine, because I've been in a very tumultuous time, to say the least. But today, I followed my own advice. I cleared my mind as best I could, and I waited for something to come to me to talk about. And ding! Yeah. What's really funny, I guess, about the ego, right? So many people want to talk about ego death and this and that, and I feel like it's very misunderstood. I also don't understand it. But everybody has an ego. Like, you have to have it because it's part of your body. Like, you can't like really get rid of it. So it's interesting, the journey that you will go on, and if you're aware of what's going on, which I'm like a little aware of what's going on. It's like when my mom passed away and the subsequent couple of weeks that followed, that I documented pretty well here. I felt like I was having like a huge ego death, because so much of my ego, so much of my like human existence is centered around my mother. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that. It's just that like when she's not in her body, I, as a living human, I can't revolve my life around her like I used to. It was just like I kept saying, I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care about like anything. And I still kind of feel that way. But what's interesting is the ego will evolve. You can't just kill it, it's just not, that's just not, it dies when your body dies, right? So it's like it's going to adapt. So like I noticed yesterday and today that this spiritual egoism has been popping off over here, and I'm glad that I am aware enough to see that, because it's just wild, because it's like I can feel myself trying to like make this my whole identity. Like, my mom passed away and now I'm like a super spiritual person, and it's like, okay, I don't know. But basically, like, I just wanted to say that like I don't know everything. I honestly barely know anything. I mean, I have leaned very intensely on the Hare Krishna of it all. I have really delved into that, and I don't plan on stopping doing that. But it's also, I don't know, like I was thinking like, oh, am I gonna be the Krishna consciousness jumping off point for people? I mean, maybe some people, but also like it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what people's reactions to me are. I'm just living, and I feel like I'm supposed to be sharing my journey, but also I don't have to. Like, if I just decide that I don't want to do this anymore, I don't have to do it anymore. But I do think that it's part of it. But I was getting like a big ego trip about like the YouTube thing, which is a familiar one, because that's essentially why I quit whenever you want to say I quit, like officially like 2017 or 18. Who knows? It's like, oh, I'm this like important YouTuber, and like everybody's gonna be looking at me and talking about me and thinking, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know how many people are gonna watch these videos. I don't know if it's going to launch me into a career as a YouTuber. I literally don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that like I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And I feel like significantly less unhinged today than I did yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. I was just like turning on the camera and making and like that worked for like a week or two. But now I'm back here, and I'm in this in-between, right? I'm in this in-between where like I know that I am going to be moving out of this place, and I'm going to be moving back to Alabama. And I know that that is going to be a lot. I don't even need to get into that, right? I just know that like I will be going through my mom's stuff, but I will also be trying to get my life together. And it sure will be my 10th house perfection year, which, why did I say that? This has been my 9th house perfection year. If you don't know anything about astrology perfection years, I barely know how to explain it, but basically like every year of your life corresponds with a house in your chart, and it's being profected. So last year was my 8th house perfection year, which was a doozy to say the least. This year which I don't even know, the 8th house is so confusing, but my sun and my Venus and my Mercury are in there, so it was a really intense year. And then this year has been my 9th house perfection year, which has been less intense in like a obvious way, and obviously just like intense in, well, now it is because of, you know, my mom, but like the 9th house is like spirituality and religion. And so this whole year has literally just been, that's been the theme. And the little cherry on top is just my mom passing away. The 10th house perfection year is all about like career and public persona and like anything that you do that other people, like people looking at you. It's like it's the top of your chart. It's like the most public part of your chart. And also my 10th house is ruled by Scorpio, so it's probably just going to be a lot. And I have Pluto in that house, so you know, I don't even know how to explain it. I barely know how to explain anything about astrology, but I just know that it's probably going to be intense. Astrology aside, the spiritual egoism is popping off, and I am trying to humble myself. And it is fine. I'm fine. I'm getting to this point where like I kind of do feel like going back to normal, and a big part of my normal is just not spending a lot of time with other people. Like I've been really irritable lately, and I was like, oh, I'm in the anger stage of grief, and it's like, yeah, sometimes, but also like there's just a lot going on, and there's just been a lot of people, and it's been good. I saw like 4 friends or something this past week, which was really good for me. I did a therapy, whatever, but like I need to just not be around people like I usually am, because that's my life. So I think I'm literally just going to just get back to living the way I normally do, without a million people buzzing around me, and just like focus on the things I need to do. Like, gotta figure out the work thing. The work thing will figure itself out with my help. I just have to like do some stuff, but also just like on chanting, I want to start doing yoga again. I've been wanting to get back into regular yoga practice this whole summer, but obviously it was completely derailed by not even just my mom, with like, I don't even remember what was going on before that, but I was also before that I was even having a hard time getting into daily yoga practice. And I'm like, you know what, it's almost fall, let's do something different. So right now I'm really just wanting to focus on like what I need to do to actually feel better, and not what other people think will make me feel better. Because it seems like a lot of, and there is some truth to everybody telling me that I need to be around people, but it is my like natural disposition. I was like, I couldn't think of that word. My natural disposition to just not be around other people. But next week is my birthday, like next Friday. And I'm just like, yeah, life literally does just keep going. And I'm just trying to stay my version of normal. So I'm trying to keep it simple, trying not to, get in these things. Because I have a friend who's like, she's like, you can call me and rant to me. I'm like, I don't want to rant. I don't want to rant. I don't even want to talk. I keep thinking about those monks that wear like the chalkboard around their neck, and they don't speak, and they just like write something on the chalkboard around their neck, and that's how they communicate. I'm like, I'm not going to do that, but like there is something to just shutting up, just being quiet, just stop talking. Like, talking is important, but like, I just need to stop. So I think these will get a little bit more normal. No, they won't. What does that mean? But yeah, so anyway, I have been recording for almost 15 minutes. So I think that is probably a good stopping point. All that being said, I do love all of my friends. Everyone who's watching this, I do love you. I just need to go walk out into the woods for 4 hours and not speak to anybody. I just want to be like put in like a mountain, not in a mountain, by a mountain. I just want to be alone in nature. That's like all I want to do. I literally don't want to do anything. Like, I just want to like do that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna try my best to have a hiking day at some point this week because I'm suffering. So I'm actually okay. I'm not really suffering that much. I redid my altar that I'm not going to show you in my room last night. It's really nice in there. I like that I redid it. I put some of my mom's stuff. I put out pictures of her with like the pictures of my grandmothers, and like, so that made me feel a lot better. I feel like I'm back, I'm going, things are normal and okay. Obviously my mom is in heaven, but that's where she's supposed to be because I can't get her back. And honestly, would I even want to? No, she's living her dream. She's living her best life, like her life outside of a human body. And I love that for her. So that's how I'm feeling today. But anyway, so like I said, end of the video. Like this video if you liked it, or even if you didn't, leave a comment about your weird ego trips and your desire to run off into the wilderness or be in a crowd of people. I don't know. And subscribe if you haven't to watch me just keep going. So I will leave you with that, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye. I can't roll out. Let's stand up instead. Yay.